Right, welcome to our Sunday show on the Mark. Now, unfortunately, we did do the shooting with Derreck David this morning like we did on Saturday, but coming back to the studio, we went through it and the audio was terrible. There was a lot of construction going around, there's a lot of banging and clanging, and unfortunately the sound quality was pretty poor.
Yeah.
But what we've done is myself and Shaheel have come in back again. We're going to go through Sunday game and then whatever Derreck David had to say, we have recorded and we're going to play it back after every single race. So you will hear what Derreck had to say. If you watch the Saturday show, it's very similar except that you won't be seeing Derreck. You'll just be hearing what he said. And it's quite interesting to hear what Derreck said. He had quite a lot of sort of good inside information for us as far as the Sunday racing is concerned. Right, let's kick off. Race 1, 1650, 025. And like some of the other 025, 020s on the day, it's quite an open race, Shaheel. Now, I think after listening to Derreck David this morning, he sort of convinced me to go. I was a big fan of Green Street Tractor, Blazing Heart, but he's almost convinced me to move over to Never Fear. He said that the horse is doing very well. He did mention that it was in a race with him. I think it was the Jet Path race, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but my memory's not so good.
It was actually play another tune, right?
Oh yeah, well you see, I'll play another. But anyway, Never Fear has been working very well. He did take it. Well, he was knocking on the door. He eventually won a good race. And my only worry is the reason why we haven't seen him since the 25th of September. That is a big worry for me. But Derreck has given us the sort of confirmation that the horse has done pretty well in training. Yeah. He thinks he's a big runner. Blazing Heart, well, he's won 2 in a row in a 020. He's now stepping up to the 025, which isn't a massive jump up in class. I think once you get high up in the ratings,
then it becomes tougher.
Exactly, 36 to 41, 41 to 46. But 20 to 25 isn't a massive jump. He's looking to pull off a hat-trick of wins. Shaheel Ayadassen knows the track very well. You have to respect him. And then Green Street Tractor, this is also that I liked, and I liked him purely on that good third to Cyber Special. Now, if he runs that sort of race, he must have a big chance here. Kirsty Ramsamy, lucky enough to draw him. He knows the horse pretty well, Shaheel. So my mind's been changed, which is probably, which isn't difficult in these 025, 020s. I'm going to go with Never Fear, Blazing Heart, Green Street Tractor.
Even this morning I was with number 5. I'm going to stick with number 5, Never Fear. It's a horse that I've been following all season long. Like Derreck mentioned to us, and you also told me that before, when the horses win their first start, they get that little bit of confidence, the confidence boost. So that's exactly what happens with Never Fear, I would imagine. It's got a good barrier position in number 3. Norwich will probably get him into the box seat, and from there he should have every chance of winning the race. Blazing Heart obviously will be looking for the hat-trick once again. Probably not much speed on paper, so he could probably lead in this race. And if good enough, it will take a very good horse to come and catch him. And then Redwood Valley is a horse that ran a nice third to Romanus last week. But like we were saying, very surprised to see that Mr. Riquet Magod has opted to take the blinkers off him. So he must obviously have his reasons for that. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I must say I was quite surprised to see the blinkers come off Redwood Valley, because it was probably his best run since he won those 2 races earlier in the season. He ran on quite strongly from behind, and it was a decent third place behind Romanus. But the blinkers have been removed for whatever reason. Now remember, after every race we will hear what Derreck David has to say. So let's hear what Derreck says, and then we'll come back to race 2.
Yeah, they fancied this horse quite a lot last season. He pulled off the 2 wins in a couple of places from only, I think, 4 or 5 runs. And then he's lost his form. That's why I think he's back in this category. On recent form, I can't go with him. Even in a 025 last start, he got beat 4.5 lengths. He ran 8th. And 4.5 lengths in the 025 is a big distance. I've picked up a horse, Never Fear. I think Naresh Juggler would like to give Blazing Heart one back. He won on it his last 2 starts, and I think he'd like to be the only jockey to have won on it. So for me, it's between 2 horses, Blazing Heart and Never Fear. Never Fear ran a very good second to Jet Path in a 026. He came back to a 020 and he won. I just think that this horse was waiting for his win, and we're going to see him improve. He ran 4th to a very smart horse, Play Another Tune, early on in the season, and he has been very expensive to follow. But I think now that he's got his win under the belt, I think he'll go on and win a couple of races. I like this horse a lot, Never Fear.
Right, race 2 is the Mauritian Tourism Promotion Authority Trophy. It's a 1850, it's a benchmark 31. And well, Shaheel, there's also you've been following for quite a while now. That in fact, you were quite bullish about his chances last time. Glitzer Rock, he's drawn 2 Manuel Martinez's in the irons. He's a decent rider. He's ridden a couple of winners here last year, if I'm not mistaken. The big sort of chat between me, you, and Derreck this morning was how come they've put blinkers back on him when he's sort of runs with the blinkers weren't so great. And since they've removed the blinkers, his form has really improved. A good third to a Northern Spy, who we like, and
good
also a good second to Doesn't Matter, who's got a chance later on the day as well. So Glitzer Rock, not exactly sure why they have put the blinkers back on him, especially over the 1850. You'd think the further they go, the probably less they need the blinkers. But Amos Adoyle, he's done pretty well as a trainer. I would imagine. He's got his reasons for putting those blinkers back on over the 1850. What about All Aboard? Manuel Nunes cracks the ride?
Yeah, I joked with you on Wednesday and told you what are the odds of Manuel Nunes getting that right. You told me 12 to 1. I probably should have had a bit with you. Would have made some money till now. But yeah, All Aboard, I think he should be the horse to beat. Yeah, he made a lot of efforts early on last time, and that cost him at the end of the race. Probably tomorrow he won't have to make much of an effort to secure a prominent position, and that would make him the horse to beat. He's been working very well. He's been one of mine or yours training pick during the week. Glitter Rock is one of my horse to follow.
I think it was your training.
Yeah, I think it was mine. So Glitter Rock, one of my 2 to follow. Not the best of rides from Eric and Guani last time, I must say, but he still ran on very strongly. I remember that day I did fancy him at some generous odds. I think he was at $4 for a place there, so I was very happy with his second place.
Back from 24 to 1 into 11 to 1.
So that was not bad either.
It was obviously very well fancied by the stable.
Let's see how he goes with the blinkers again tomorrow, and then for third, probably number 1. Black Indies running in stronger company. Now drops back to the 31. Nice third against Heart of Darkness last week. If reproduces that kind of run from barrier 1, probably he does have a chance.
Yeah, Black Indy's been a bit of a strange horse because he's only win in South Africa was over 1800, but his best runs here have been over shorter. He's now going in the 1850, but like you say, drops to 31. He's drawn 1. He must have some sort of chance. I know that they sort of rate this horse, and he's probably been a little bit of a headache as far as his runs are concerned. And then Napoli. Unfortunately, he's drawn 9, but he can come from off the pace. He's a 2-time winner, and both of them have been over the 1850. So you'd imagine that for the quartet, you'd probably put him. But I'm hoping that the blinkers is not going to be an issue for Glitter Rock. If not, he should be the horse to beat. All Aboard looks like he's
the main danger.
The big danger. Yeah.
He has lost his form. He's not a bad horse. He's a 3-time winner, and he'll have a small chance. It's a tough competitive race. There's a couple of horses that stick out. Glitter Rock for me is one of them. I'm not sure why they've tended to go back with the blinkers. His form with the blinkers wasn't that great, and then his last 2 starts without blinkers and with the side blinkers, he ran a third and a second to 2 nice horses, and they've gone back with the blinkers, which just put me off this horse a little bit. It's an open 1850. All Aboard. Nunes knows the horse very well. It's from his stable. His last start was very disappointing at even money favourite. And Machino, he's a nice horse. He's an improving horse. He must stand out with a chance in this race. Last start he pulled way too hard with me, and he never finished his race as good as I would have expected him to. And but I could put a line through that, and there's reasons for that. But it's a very, very open 31 race.
Right, let's move over to race 3. It's a 1500. It is the ladies' race. It's a 0-20. We did say that Derreck David would not be riding in this race. He never got a ride, and he did say that he should have been riding in the race. But anyway, it's a pity we lost this morning's footage, because we had a great time, a good laugh, and a couple of jokes. And New Golden Age has been scratched. Grab a Coca-Cola. she's changed her ride. I would imagine she's not going to be too happy, because New Golden Age was a better ride than Space Agent. With all due respect to Space Agent, but saying that, will probably come home at 100 to 1 or something. But Shaheel, you know the ladies, you know this race. I'm going to leave it up to you.
Candice Champ is a horse that I tipped to win last time in the other ladies race. Just couldn't quite get there in the end. Majestic Moon always was in front of him, and that's just how they stayed. probably this time got a better jockey on board. She's very experienced. She's ridden in 610 races for 73 winners and 174 places. So she's got the experience, and with a strong ride, I'm sure Calais Champ can pull this one off.
Yep.
We all know Raj Ramjin likes to target these lady riders race.
Exactly.
The champion for Gentry rider is Bourillon, who's riding number 4, Cassius King, who finished just right behind Calais Champion and Majestic Moon last time. She's drawn 1, and she's already assured of being crowned the champion lady rider. So that won't make much of a difference, but I'm sure she will want to end on a winning note. And then probably number 8, Logan. I had the chance to interview Willa Shu this morning. She did ride the horse at track work. She told me that he gave him a good feel, and that he thinks that this horse could probably run a nice race tomorrow. So I wish her all the very best. Yeah, I know Spun Out, I think, is the race favorite, but he's a very tricky horse to ride. Manuel Nunes, the champion jockey, has some difficulties to ride him. So all the very best to the lady rider.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like Spun Out is the right horse on form.
Yeah.
Although he is dropping down in distance. But you say, like you say, he's
tricky horse.
He's not an easy horse to ride, and,
Yeah.
and the lady will have her work cut out there. And I do agree with you. Calais Champ, I'm not knocking the lady at all that rode her last time, but
Yeah.
it just looked like he was coming through to win, and it looked like he just needed a good push
Yeah.
and a nice, maybe a couple across the backside,
Yeah.
and he probably would have won. So the lady that you've mentioned, you reckon she's quite experienced?
Yes,
and,
indeed.
Yeah, so she could just get Calais Champ home. We all know Raj Ramjin's got a very good record in the ladies' race, so wish them all the best as far as the third race is concerned, and let's see what happens. There's always a very exciting race to watch the ladies ride. Right, the fourth race is a 1450 benchmark 36. And marauding, I would imagine is a well, the betting's not out, but I would imagine he's going to start a short price favourite after winning on debut. He won a very good race on debut, but saying that, he never beat the best of fields.
Yes.
It is his second run, and he is jumping from gate number 9.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying he can't win, but I would be a little bit cautious banking marauding this time.
Yeah, listen, I also won't take a chance to bank him, but he looks like a monster, this horse. He's built like a monster. He weighs more than 500 kgs. He looked very well on Wednesday morning, I think, when he worked. So marauding, looking at the track work, doesn't seem that he will be affected by the second run syndrome.
From what I've seen, and I'm sure you'll agree with me, it looks like he's come on from that first run.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think it was up to 70% fit on that day, and he still won like a good thing, even if he didn't beat much. This time, tougher field, bad draw. We'll see what he has to pull off, and how good of a horse he must be.
Yeah, I think if he doesn't suffer from that second run syndrome, which is unfortunately is not a perfect sign. Some horses do, some horses don't. A little bit of luck in the running.
Yeah.
He should be able to beat this field. He should be able to. It's not a strong field, and he should be able to. But I'd just be a little bit cautious. You're either going to have to bank him, or you're going to have to load quite a couple of horses. Yeah, one horse that I did spot last time was Silver Heritage. Now this horse. He came from near the back of the field. He absolutely flew to run second to Aspara. I thought he was a little bit unlucky. He's only got the 57.5 on his back. And you see, the thing is, I mean, you'd ask yourself, if you were the trainer of Chap Trap and Marauding, which horse would you be more confident with? And obviously, it would be Marauding. He's beaten Chap Trap a length. Silver Heritage. But saying that, it's once again not a strong field. He's definitely the second choice in the race as far as I'm concerned. And then you'll hear after this, Derreck David did say that he's seen Seattle Kid as well, and he thinks he's got a big chance here. He ran a good race on debut when he finished third behind Well Connected. That was a good run, and Derreck has put that down as one of his fancies. But we will hear that after the race. Shaheel. What are you going to do? Are you taking a chance to bank him marauding, or are you a little bit sort of wary?
Yeah, I'm a little bit wary too, but I don't think it's that open actually. I think it's either between the 6 and the 9. So marauding, we've already spoken about him. Silver Heritage was very unlucky last time not to find the right gap. Like I told you, I know the connection wasn't too happy after the race. Hopefully he'll get a clearer run tomorrow with Frenchman Aurélien Lemaitre. Listen, this horse came here as a big baby, very mature. I remember his first couple of races, Daryl Holland, they didn't even want to ride him. So now he's matured a lot and he's come on. So, but still, I don't feel like he's ready to take on a horse like Marauding at this stage of his career.
Yeah. Okay, well, if things do go awry for Marauding, I would imagine Silver Heritage is the second choice.
Yeah, let's do that exactly tomorrow. Okay,
cool. On Bet365, because you get a good price there. I'm going to let you kick off race 5 because, like I said, two horses that you've always... You've sort of rated quite highly is Paddington's Luck and Cyber Special.
Well, I had since last night till this morning till now to make a decision. I still can't make a decision between Paddington's Luck and Cyber Special. Probably I'm going to slight edge with Cyber Special. He's a special horse. I used to love him. Not used to love him, but I still love him. In the beginning of the season, he won 3 races and he won like a good thing. He's a special horse. He trialed with the blinkers 2 or 3 weeks ago. Yeah. Very happy to see him run with the blinkers. And he's a horse that I think will really suit the style of the Indian jockey Surinder Srinath. He's going to come from off the pace and he's going to finish off really strongly. Paddington's Luck has proven himself as a very good horse. Yeah, he's went through the division. He won from a 26 to a 31, 36 and 46. So Paddington's Luck, definite inclusion there. And then for third, probably your choice. I think you're going against my 2 Gilbert Set horses and going for number 3, Divine Connection. So what do you got to say about that?
Yeah, you know, I really do like Divine Connection. I like that run behind Springman. Springman has come out and franked that form. He's come out and won again.
Yeah.
There was a decent run behind Texas Sky. Probably a little bit disappointing. I thought he'd beat Texas Sky on that day. He was. Well, it doesn't say he was favourite, but he was 22-10. I can't imagine anyone being shorter than that in that particular race.
Yeah.
And normally they put an F for favourite, but I don't see that there. So whether or not he was favourite, I'm not sure. But he was well fancied last time. I thought he would win. It wasn't I mean, he never disgraced himself. It was a third behind Texas Sky. He's drawn 2 this time. He's been working very well, this horse, Divine Connection. And I think he's got a big chance in the 5th race, Divine Connection. I do agree with you, Cyber Special, the Great Barrier Trial with those blinkers. He's done pretty good this horse. Quite surprising because the Cornet Spice horses, as I mentioned, he does pretty well with 2-year-olds and with sprinters. But this horse has gone on to be what he's sort of trained on, and he's doing pretty well over a little bit of distance. So he's been quite a good horse, this Cyber Special. You can't ignore him. But I'm going to lean towards number 3, Divine Connection, to beat your 2 horses, Cyber Special and Paddington's Luck.
And he's a 7-year-old, and to run meeting to meeting is a bit difficult for him. I can't see him troubling horses like Divine Connection, Paddington's Luck and Cyber Special. I really like this horse, Divine Connection. His last start when Texas Sky went to the front, his sectionals were very slow. They let him do his own thing, and I don't think it suited this horse at all. I think there'll be a bit more pace here with Euroclidon, Al Shakra, even Paddington's Luck. Yeah. So I think the pace will be a lot better now. Draw 2. He's only had the 3 runs in Mauritius, and I think on form, I'll go with Divine Connection.
Right, now race 6 is the Zilwer Attitude Trophy. Now Zilwer Attitude is a group that's...
where we have another scratching. Number 9, Hadarat, has been scratching because he bled this morning.
Okay, all right. Number 9 is out, Hadarat. So if you have added him to any exotics, I don't think he should have. I don't think. I mean, he has won the 1 race, but he was long odds. But he's out the race, so that means absolutely nothing. Right. So scratching race 6, number 9 is out. Right. Let's talk about the horses that are still in the race. Now we're talking to Derreck, and once again you'll probably hear it after myself and Shaheel have blabbed on here, but he was pretty confident about these chances of Patrol Officer. Drawn 2. He's taken a while to learn how to race this horse. Now that he's running straight, he's really he's winning his races, and he's winning them well, and they're beating decent horses. Till Dawn, Dawn and me won. Till Dawn's come close, so that sort of form line's pretty good, and I don't think he's taking on a hell of a lot in this particular race. Yeah. Obviously, you've got to respect Edge of the Sun, because he ran second to Vasco Street Tractor, but the thing with Edge of the Sun is he has a horse that likes to be out in front, but you've got In Your Dreams, you've got Rahibu, who's an out-and-out sprinter. It's not going to make life easy for Edge of the Sun. I think this is going to suit Patrol Officer. The faster they go, the better he's going to be finished. And Derreck David was pretty confident about these chances. In fact, he did make it a banker, Patrol Officer. I don't know how you're going to go. Do you agree with myself and Derreck?
Yeah, I do agree. In fact, he said to us that this was his best ride of the weekend. Yeah. So we definitely are going to take that confidence into consideration, and I'm going to make him my first choice here. He'll be looking for the hat trick, even if I think it's a massive jump in class from a 41 to a 51. Yeah. But then again, like you say, it's not the strongest of 51, so he's definitely going to have a chance. And like you mentioned, the pace will be on here, and that will definitely suit him down to the ground. Yes. He'll be finishing off very strongly with a nice handy weight and a good barrier position. So Patrol Officer, the first choice. Probably for second, Edge of the Sun. Ignore his last run. He stumbled badly at the 250, and he never pushed it with any efforts. His form prior to that has been pretty good. Second to Vasco Street Tractor. Second to All About the Bass. And definitely...
But South Africans watching, and trust me, they're not going to agree with All About the Bass. It's all about the base. But anyway, let's...
we're in Mauritius. We call it Bass. So yeah, if he... I'm not sure he's going to get a soft lead with the likes of Rahib, like you mentioned, but if he can get there, he probably could be a tough horse to catch. And then Hastings, he has been a little bit of a disappointment till now, because I remember when he won with Stridham, we thought he would go on to better things, but he's let us down. Probably with a good pace on, he could probably finish into the money from a pool draw.
Yeah, he's probably his third best year. I mean, go back to when he ran a good second to
World Tag.
Okay. That was a terrific run. Then he beat Arctic Flyer.
Yeah.
Arctic Flyer has won again since then.
Yes.
Yeah. Arctic Flyer, is that Simon Jones's horse?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Simon's first
winner.
Yeah. So that form has stood up. So Hastings, like Charles said, he has been a little bit disappointing, but not a strong race. If you take Patrol Officer out of it,
it's an open
race.
I
think Patrol Officer, safe to say, I think we can bank him in the exotics, especially with that 2 draw, because have a look, he's been jumping from 9 and 8. He's been coming from way off the pace.
Yeah.
I just hope Derreck's not going to have him too handy. But I mean, Derreck's a very experienced rider. He knows what he's doing. But let's hear what he has to say straight after this.
Yeah, if you look at his last 2 wins, he was drawn bad. He was drawn 9 and draw 8, and he made it look super easy. This is what I mean about Joubert Reset's horses. They take time when they come here, but when the penny drops, they could win 5, 6, 7 in a row.
Yeah.
And I think this is one of those horses. He's my best rider of the weekend. He's got a good draw. I mean, there's
not much.
No, it's not the toughest of races.
Yeah.
There's going to be pace. I think Edge of the Sun will go. In Your Dreams will go. So there is going to be a bit of pace in the race. If I can find myself 3rd, 4th on the fence, I think he's a very tough horse to beat.
All right, it's the 7th race. It's a 1,600 meters. It's a benchmark 55 plus. And well, that's Derreck David for the weekend. He's done.
Yeah,
and we said to him this morning, let's hope he's got enough points in the bag
win the championship.
to win the championship. I reckon he's got a good chance. He's got a good couple of rides, and he might just be able to pull this off, Derreck David. So all the best to him. He took the time out to come and speak to us about this weekend's racing. So we really wish him the best. Right, the 7th race. Well, he was very bullish about Halo.
Yes,
he did explain to us why, and once again, you will hear why he's so confident about the chances of Halo. He's drawn 9 though, and Manuel Nunes, well, he's pretty good at getting horses placed
out of the gates,
and that sort of thing. But he was pretty bullish about Halo. Now I had Halo down as my 3rd choice. Table Bay, he's a classic winner of this horse. He really has improved recently, and I think you said that they figured out what was wrong with him.
Yes.
So he's put together 3 very good runs, 3rd to Rule the Night, 3rd to Black Cat back, and then a good second last time in the Gold Cup
to White
River. Now he was a good horse back in South Africa. He's won a classic here. I think it was last year's Barbé Cup.
In fact, he won 2 races and both of them were Group 1s.
Okay, yeah, that's right. He won the 4-year-old
Derby.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So he's got the class, and he had the class back in South Africa, and it seems like they've worked out his problems. And you have to think that he must have a chance. And you remember, he has dropped down from an 81 right down to a 75. So Table Bay has dropped down. He's dropped down 6 points in the rating. So that's going to be in his favour. One horse that hasn't really risen to the occasion is 10 Gun Salute.
Yes.
I would imagine their connections were expecting a little bit better from him. But that was a much better run with blinkers last time. If I'm not mistaken, he was only about a length behind Table Bay last time.
Yeah.
And the 1,600, this time he's going to be 2 kilograms better off with Table Bay as well. So 10 Gun Salute, to me, he's looking like he's just ready to put in a big performance. And then maybe those blinkers are going to help him. So Table Bay, 10 Gun Salute. Derreck David, very confident about Halo. And then I just want to mention one horse before I go to you. That's Ideal Secret, a horse that I've always sort of had a little soft spot for. I think he won a couple of races. He won, and he sort of got a little behind the rating. But another horse that, he's down to a 60 now. He's only got 53.5. He's back. I think he could be a quartet danger here as well.
Yeah, Derreck said that he gives him a good place chance, so why not? But going back to Table Bay, the problem that he had was in his neck. So they found that problem and they treated him. They gave him a massage and everything. And ever since then, he's been running to his ability again. I was a little bit worried that he's coming a little bit too soon, maybe after 2 weeks. Has he fully recovered? But after seeing him at the track this morning, because Sami worked him, obviously not a hard gallop or anything. I can say that he's in good nick, he's in good condition, and I would expect him to take a power of beating tomorrow. So Tay will be a strong first choice to beat Taylor, which also impressed me last time. Obviously, he's going to have to overcome the draw, but like you mentioned this morning, if you want a jockey to overcome the draw here, it will definitely be the champion jockey, Manuel Nunes. He's got a nice handy weight, and compared to Table Bay, that could make the difference in the final stretch. We know how these dead weight things work out here. And then Tengun Salute, I do agree with you. He was never far off the winners in those big races. He has a nice handy weight tomorrow, a good draw. Randall Simons will want to make the South African flag proud, so why not a place chance there too?
Let's move over to, excuse me, this aircon's really getting to my voice here. Right, race 8, 1450, benchmark 36. Now this looks like, well, I didn't say it looks like, I'm telling you, he is my banker of the day, Northern Spy. This horse has impressed me. He's had the 3 runs. He should have won 3 in a row as far as I'm concerned. He won last time. But you have to say it wasn't the best of rides from Mr. Ayadassen, and I'm sure he might, if he is watching this, he might agree with me. But he tried to sort of overcome that poor draw. He was 4 or 5 wide up this first turn up the hill, and we know that is a dead sort of. I mean, that just stops horses in their tracks. He still managed to come through and win the race. If you go back to that brilliant second to the Jazz Singer. He sat at the back. He absolutely flew just to get denied on the post. Now, I think that's the way this horse wants to be ridden. I think he's a top-class horse. And Derreck, well, once again, you'll hear what Derreck said. The horse absolutely flew past him when he beat him on It's Him. He thought It's Him was it was a penalty kick without a goalkeeper. Yes. And this horse came flying past him. So he's obviously a horse with a lot of ability. He is drawn 7. Manuel Martinez, he knows the track. He was here last year. He's ridden a couple of winners here. I think he's going to be a tough horse to beat this. But obviously, if you look at the form line of Duke's Domain, he's got some cracking form behind Vasco Street Tractor, Inauguration. He's drawn 1 as well. But I don't know, there's something special about this horse, Northern Spy. I'm going to put him down as a banker in the 8th.
I'll join you there, and he's a special horse in the making. In fact, I saw him too this morning, just after doing the interview with the lady rider Willa Shu, and we were there looking at him, and I told her, this is a special horse in the making, and she told me that, he looks special already. He's built like that. He's got those beautiful muscles and everything. He's definitely going to be a nice horse in the making for next season. Like you mentioned, everything that could go wrong went wrong last time, and he still managed to pull that little something extra to win the race. Now he's in striking condition, and I think tomorrow he'll take a power of beating again. Manuel Martinez knows the track. He rode the double here last year, so definitely an inclusion there. Northern Spy. We got to respect the chances of Duke's Domain and also the horse of number 1. Like I told you this morning, if Northern Spy wasn't in the race, I would probably have gone with Master of Spain because he could probably be too strong in a benchmark of 36. But then again, Northern Spy looks to be the potential bank on the card. Yeah,
I remember this horse won with blinkers, and they decided to remove the blinkers. They put the blinkers back on. And there must be a reason for that. I just hope he doesn't take too much of a hold, because he has taken a hold in his earlier races. And then Sandpath was a better effort behind Marauding last time. If you are a quartet player, maybe chuck Sandpath in. But we'll hear what Derreck has to say, because I think he's not that confident with Northern Spy.
He respects the chances of number 2, Duke's Domain.
That's right. Let's hear what he has to say. All right, race 9 is the final race of the weekend, not the season, because as you know by now, we have got an extra meeting on next weekend. But the 9th and final race of the season is a 1400 meter 0.26. I'm going to finish this off with a banker, Senior's Guest. I cannot see this horse losing. There was a terrific second to Ramones last time when they removed the blinkers. The blinkers are off again. To me, he seems like a better horse without the blinkers, and I don't know, it just looks like he's ready to win this horse. He's not taking on the best of fields. In fact, it's very hard to sort of find a winner after Senior's Guest. So even for the placings, I mean, the only reason I'm putting in Phoenix Rising, because I like Phoenix, and then pop the question. I don't think I'm going to be doing that again for a long time. So pop the question. He's got some sort of decent form early on. He's tumbled down the ratings, so I would imagine he must have a place chance here. But everything's pointing towards Senior's Guest. I think we can finish off the weekend with a banker.
I do agree with you. Everything points towards him, but I'm not brave enough to bank our horse in a 0.26, so I'm a little bit cautious.
I understand what you're saying, Shaheel, but have a look what he's taking on.
Absolutely, because if since they've taken off the blinkers last time, he ran a massive race to Romanus, and if he reproduces that kind of run, and his first run against Cash Call,
even the Cash Call form
that's
line,
a strong form line.
It's very strong form line, and I can't see any horse that's done anything close
similar
to that.
Yeah.
Obviously, like Derek said, Ziggy, but he's had the 2 runs since August.
Yeah, and he's not the soundest horse, like you were saying.
I think this is the problem. I think he's got some soundness issues.
Yeah.
So it remains to be seen how Ziggy goes. But so you're not brave enough to bank us in just.
No, but I think he's a strong first choice though. If he has to win, he's gonna
win.
Well,
the good thing in Mauritius, there's no exotics.
Yeah.
There's no pick 8, pick 6, Plessico, and that's all
it's
finished.
just
So you don't
race.
have to bank him. But
for a fun bet, maybe.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, and then probably Phoenix Rising, an in and out performer. He finished just behind Sino's guest last time out. If he puts his best foot forward, he's definitely gonna have a chance. And then probably I'll be a little bit biased with number 7 League of Legends. Yeah. If he can run into the money, I'll be very happy.
Okay. Well, that's your family, right? I think it's your uncle that's got a share in them. So that's where the. All right. Okay, well, that's a wrap for the weekend. And like I said, once again, we do apologize about our Sunday show with where we had Derreck David. I mean, he made a great effort to come and see us. But unfortunately, like we listened to it, and it was just
terrible.
The sound quality was terrible. So
and we want to put up a good quality video.
Okay, Saturday went off quite well, but then the builders came out, and they just made a massive noise. So unfortunately, we made a decision, and we decided to do it this way. We will hear what Derreck. Well, you have heard what Derreck's had to say as well this morning, and looks like it's going to be an interesting race. I really hope that Derreck pulls this off. I really, and I think he's got a good chance as well. So I'm going to be following Derreck this weekend. I hope that he pulls off the championship. And
obviously, you'll be supporting South Africa, and I'll be supporting Mauritius.
Yeah, well, I don't know. He said
he's half off.
Yeah, he said he's going to be having a Mauritian flag. So
let's see what happens there.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks very much for joining us, and let's hope you have a great weekend's racing, and we'll catch up with you. We got our normal Jeu de Gala on our last Jeu de Gala next week, Wednesday.
Yeah.
Catch up with us then. Goodbye.